The BRC has a unique feature in the UK because of its particular prominence and significance to the life cycle of research. Without it, it's very difficult to move from scientific discovery through to something that can be tested in larger studies. I think it's also unique because of the community it's creating and the values that drive it, and its ability to kind of create excitement almost where you might not expect it.
The great thing about the BRC is that, for example, we're working with the data science group and we're working with immunology as the infectious disease team to really do the best work we can for patients' benefits and the population.
So the BRC funding is absolutely essential, because what we really want to do is take discoveries that are coming out of the fancy, complex, interesting science, but make them available to patients. And to do that, you've got to do a lot of extra work. You've got to see how something is working in a human being. You've got to not just in a lab, you've got to actually see whether it's effective, what dose to give, how much to give and when. But we're already seeing the benefits of that research, and actually ongoing funding will allow us to do even more.
BRC is important because it brings together people from various disciplines, from imaging, from epidemiology, from cancer, from psychiatry, mental health, and they can work together in the same campus, which is, a great combination of talent.
Not only does it provide support at a clinical level, but it helps support applying for competitive fellowships and undertaking high quality, for example, PPI work.
So I'm the lead for the devices and advanced therapies, and my particular work is on esophageal cancer, so it's easiest to highlight that, I think, in terms of a device that we've developed all the way from concept through to implementation. And that wouldn't have happened without BRC support right from the beginning.
I'm one of the infection doctors here at Addenbrooke's, and I've been looking at gut microbiomes in transplant patients, those that have had a small bowel transplant. We've had money from the BRC to be able to support this project that wouldn't have happened. It was a successful project, it's finished, and it's led to a publication in a high impact journal.
We've just published in Nature from a clinical trial that we set up called Partner. And that clinical trial was looking at a particular subtype of breast cancer, triple negative and BRCA positive patients. And that particular trial, all of the core pathology, which was essential to the primary endpoint and essential to many of the secondary endpoints, was done at Cambridge and supported by BRC funding for our pathologists.
So the BRC has essentially formed a cauldron where everyone can mix together to fire off each other's ideas. This leads to creative new thoughts about how we can tackle clinically important issues and really make a difference.
It's about doing top-notch research. It's about concentrating talent together in a research institute, in a biomedical campus like this, right alongside clinicians and patients with the hospitals that we have. That mix of discovery, development, clinical translation is very unique, and BRC is right at the centre of that.
Cambridge University has been one of the homes of biological discovery for more than 100 years. What we brought to it is a really research active hospital, and now a campus, which is the largest in Europe, bringing together other partners. So there's nowhere really in Europe that brings together a tremendous university, a great health system, and then other partners in the commercial and charitable sectors all on the same campus. It's an incredibly exciting environment.
What the BRC is about is trying to take those discoveries through into things that will affect patients individually and the health outcomes for populations as a whole. And I think the BRC is central to doing that.
I'm very confident that we will start to deliver some real change that will benefit patients.